Anyways, so which of these two movies do you prefer? I think I know your answer, and I'm sure you know my answer, but we got to cover this.
Yeah, well, to be honest, it's actually tough because I want to go back and watch it more times already than I do want to rewatch The Strangers. And I've only seen it twice, and I've probably seen The Strangers a few more times than twice. I don't know. But I feel like it is almost infinitely rewatchable for me for some reason. I don't know. I'm going to go with it. I enjoyed it more.
I was wrong about
because I just like the aesthetic more and everything.
Yeah. Well, I've got to go with It, the Terror from Beyond Space as well. Especially because I think these movies are comparable in the sense of people attacking people who, in theory, are in the safety of their home/vehicle/mobile home. Mm-hmm. And I think this movie gave me that plot progression that I really felt was lacking about The Strangers, that I mentioned when after Scott Speedman gets kind of taken out of the movie was just like things happen and then other stuff happens that's not really related to what just happened. This movie, it's people constantly using information they've learned and trying to figure out a way to stop the monster. It's a little silly. It's not a perfect movie, but I liked it. It's good. It's again, I said it's better than I remembered it. It's not in that top tier of 50s sci-fi movies, but I think it would be pretty darn close to that if only we had a better monster.
Yeah, I mean, I'll agree with you because, again, I haven't really watched 50s sci-fi movies,
so then why are you
but I
agreeing
totally
with me?
agree with you on the monster. Well, because I agree with you on the monster.
All right.
I mean, and again, not to say I didn't like The Strangers. I forgot how much I enjoyed The Strangers. And how much I enjoyed the acting in The Strangers.
So, coming into this episode, I mean, I kind of laughed at the end of our last episode because I'm like, oh, good, we're doing The Strangers, because I was kind of shit-talking that when we did Hush. And, like, really, in all honesty, like, I had only seen The Strangers once. I didn't remember it that well. Maybe I shouldn't have been talking shit about it. But then it's like, I'm coming into this like, oh, maybe I'll be wrong. I was wrong those years ago when I saw it, and I'm like... And I was watching it and I'm like, oh no, I didn't feel, I wasn't, this movie was exactly what I remembered it. And I mean, like, so this was actually, coming into this episode, I must say that this is so far the least exciting pairing of movies. Not to say they're the worst movies. I mean, we covered Killer Workout, but like just these two movies, it was hard for me to get excited about them. The Strangers may have pretty much been what I expected it to be, what I remembered it to be, but it was a nice little surprise that it was a lot better than I remembered it. Because I didn't remember, not that I was blown away by it, but I kind of remember thinking like, mediocre, even for 50 sci-fi standards. Like, no, it's pretty good. It's not great, but, I was pleasantly surprised with It, the Terror from Beyond Space.